Hey guys, welcome to Goku Light Weekly Series. So basically when I first started my channel, I was trying to do a lot of different type of content, but basically didn't have nobody to promote it to, or any subscribers or anything like that. So that being said, it was kind of just a waste of time. I really had to focus more on branching out and getting to know people, and now that I feel like I've gotten to know a good amount of people and I'm making quality content on a regular basis, I felt like I should bring back some of my old ideas. That being said, one of my original ideas for my series or for my channel was going to be villains of the week. Every week I wanted to review different villains and just kind of go in depth with them and things like that. So I feel like I want to get back into that. So basically I did 3 videos prior. The very first one was Shishio, the second one was Tagoro, and the third one was Sephiroth. So if any of that interests you, be sure to go back and check the playlist and you can see a few of those videos. But anyways, hopping right into it. Today's villain that I chose was Doflamingo. I chose Doflamingo for multiple reasons. The most important one being that if you're current on One Piece, you would know that next week's chapter, or this week's chapter coming up, will probably be the very end of Doflamingo, or what we know of him, or at least within the next chapter or two. You know, the Dressrosa arc is coming to an end, and his reign is over. He's essentially been defeated already, so that being said, I feel like that'd be a great time to do this video. Now, we're not really here to bash Doflamingo or talk about his defeat. It is what it is. Every villain loses, essentially. I mean, there's the rare 2% of villains that find a way to squeeze by, but 98% of them are going to lose anyway. So that's not really here nor there. Now, Doflamingo. Let's go into what makes him such a great villain. So, upon his family, basically, how would you say, stepping down and basically humbling themselves of being celestial dragons and quote-unquote world nobles or royalty. His upon all this, he basically didn't accept it. His brother, his mother, they both respected the dad's wishes. The king, the king wanted to step down. He wanted to be normal. They were okay with that. They tried to adjust. Obviously, he didn't think that well. He didn't think about it. Obviously he didn't think that the commoners weren't going to like him or the everyday people. He didn't realize how hard they'd be persecuted. He didn't realize what it would do to his sons or his wife. He obviously regretted it if, you go into that and you see the backstory of everything. I mean, I wouldn't say he wholeheartedly regretted it to the point where, where he was just, hating his life, but I would say he had to have regretted losing his wife and seeing that his sons weren't responding well. So, yeah, that's pretty fucked up for the dad to have to go through. And then essentially, you can see what it did to Doflamingo's mentality. He became very savage or cold after that. As a kid, he was just offended the fact that all these people didn't want to bow to him, that they didn't think that he was just the greatest thing in the world. He thought that was just absurd. I thought that was pretty cool, or pretty funny at least, to see that in him. And basically he's a great villain for just the reason that he kicks off his insanity from the start. As a kid, he shoots his dad and beheads him. Tries to take his head back to the nobles, be like, "Yo, I'm one of you." Still didn't work. He didn't give up. He became a pirate. Did everything he could to blackmail and work his way up to the top. And essentially he was looked down upon to a degree and basically kicked to the side by these other dragons or world nobles, and he didn't stand for that. He found a way around that. He rose to power. He took Dressrosa by force. He looked at his family's lineage and he was like, "Yo, this is supposed to be us. I don't give a fuck what the world government has to say. I don't care what this current king has to say. Like my new family, my new pirate family, we're gonna take this over and make this us." He did that. So for I, I want to say the last 20, 30 years, Doflamingo was a boss. He did everything he wanted. Essentially, before the Straw Hat Pirates got in his way, he had everything going his direction. We don't know everything that happened with Kaido, so we can't say that he, got everything he ever wanted, but he has a lot of secrets. Going into the next chapter, he's probably going to be one of the people that drops a bomb on us, or gives us some kind of clue that'll let us know about the Gorosei, or the National Treasure. So that's pretty huge. The fact that he's going to be a villain that plays a key part in the story development is pretty big. He's pretty much been the main villain of One Piece for like the last year, almost 2 years, maybe 2 years now, and that in itself says a lot. He held it down during that whole entire time. People might have wanted the Dressrosa arc to end, but he was a good enough villain to make it entertaining. On my other villain videos, I didn't give scores, so that maybe I'll go back and do that. But I'm gonna start giving scores. Just kind of rating them on a scale of 1 to 10. And as far as I'm concerned, Doflamingo's a 7.5 out of 10. Great villain, great insanity. He doesn't need necessarily some logical reason, and he's not some like emotional kid like spouting random logic out. He's basically pissed and got the short end of the stick in his opinion. And instead of sitting there and crying about it, he decided to take it by force and justify it in his own eyes. And he stated as saying like it's not about who's right or wrong. It's the person that walks away that decides who's right. So he obviously doesn't care about good and bad or any kind of moral consequences like that. He believes as long as he's stronger and he walks away, he's right. And in itself, that's a great villain. It's almost a white and black kind of thing. You always need the white and black and eliminate the gray with a lot of the good villains. They just deal in absolutes. When people deal in absolutes, it leaves for conflict because they're not going to reach no middle ground with you. Makes him a great villain. He kills his dad, kills his brother, blackmails an entire government. So great character. On top of that, he was fucking everybody up. It took a group effort, essentially beat Doflamingo. Luffy's given him the final blow, and Luffy gave him a really good fight. Essentially, the law did play a part in the fight a little bit, and on top of that, Luffy did basically KO for 5 minutes. And we had the rest of everybody else stalling Doflamingo out. So essentially, if this was a one-on-one with nobody else involved, Doflamingo would have killed Luffy at that moment, in my opinion, at least. But hey, this is a shonen. It's a manga. It's gonna happen. That's neither here nor there. So overall, today's series, Villains of the Week, episode number 4, Doflamingo, great villain, 7 out of 5. Now, let me know what you think of the Doflamingo below. Comment below. Let me know. Maybe you think he's a horrible villain. Maybe you fucking hate him. Maybe you hate the pink. Maybe you hate his attitude. Maybe you think he's a prick. I don't know what you think. That's why you gotta comment below and let me know. And if you like this video, be sure to subscribe. If you want me to continue to do Villains of the Week every Monday, then let me know and I'll continue to make this a weekly series. If you don't like this video, comment below and let me know not to waste my time, so I'm not making weekly videos that nobody's going to watch. And yeah, so this has been Goku Light, Villains of the Week, episode 4. Doflamingo's the man. Shout out to him. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to let me know, and you guys have a great day.